And there are things that you can do to transmute the energy. So I hope that you guys will join us live. Please use the chat. Let us know what's going on for you, and let us know if you resonate with any of this, because the key thing that I want you to take away today is that it seems scary, but I'm going to actually show you that there's nothing to worry about, and it's really easy to transmute when you're a powerful light worker, which I know that you are. Okay, so we're going to dive right in. Now, if you don't happen to watch the video to the end, I'm going to do like a pre-PS type thing, like a letter. Because of the difficulties we've had with the energy attacks over the last few weeks, we had a malfunction on our website, which I'm going to go into in a minute. And a lot of you were unable to actually access what you need. So to thank you for sticking with us throughout this incredible energy ride, you can use code BRIGHTLIGHT, all one word, for 50% off. This is like a mini Black Friday that we're doing to put some positive energy out there. You can use it on anything over the next 3 days in our store. And you can use it as many times as you want over as many products as you want, half price. Have a great time. Let's be in that nice light energy. We wanted to give something back because positive energy is a great way to transmute this. So I'll leave the details down below and you can check it out and see if there's any energy healing activations that you resonate with. If you don't know what it is that I do, I specifically provide energy healing meditations and activations that will support your energies through the awakening process, clear the things that are getting in the way, clear entities, clear negative stuff, and activate your intuitive gifts. So check it out and see if something resonates with your soul. You'll know. So a few of you may have noticed that our site went a little bit weird over the last few weeks. Myself and my twin flame partner Jay, which some of you know, we've been in a seriously high vibe energy recently because, of course, it's springtime, and springtime means a lot of 5D energy. It's a very high frequency time. It's a very easy time to align with 5D. So we were in like a great energy. We were tuning into it. We were getting ideas. We were full of inspiration. The inspiration just kept coming. We were planning all these, making all these plans. We had spiritual projects that we wanted to set up to support the Lightworker Collective. We were having a great time. We were really enjoying the energy, and we were talking for hours, making all these plans. And it was kind of like being on that. I always talk about the spiritual Java energy. You know, it's like a million cups of coffee. But it was like we were totally in the energy. We were feeling really positive. But something went wrong. So sometimes when you put positive energy out there, when you're really in your light worker energy and you're really going for it with something, you get into your positive energy, you're just about to launch something, or you're just about to take that next step into your higher vibrational life, and some sort of negativity arises to stop it. Something gets in the way and you won't know why. And it may come from all different avenues. That's what's weird about it. It's like, it's not always just one obstacle. It's like, this doesn't make any sense. This can't be a coincidence. It's like, no matter what I try to do, nothing is working. Okay. You've probably experienced that yourself too. I can see some people are watching. Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us. And do let us know if you've experienced any of this yourself, because I want us all to talk about it. That's the most important thing. Let's clear this energy out. So it started a few weeks ago. Our website started kind of glitching. So some of you actually really kindly emailed us and let us know, thank you for that the website was malfunctioning. Things were misaligned and text was up here and images were down there, and people couldn't get access to some of the resources that they used, the freebies that they used. Some people couldn't get access to purchase the meditations and things that they needed for their awakening. It was a real bit of a disaster when that happened. So I tried to stay calm because I know that that's the best way to deal with this. And I took some time and I took my laptop and I took a cup of calming chamomile tea, because you know, you guys know that I'm all about the tea. And I sat in a nice calming space and I thought, I'm definitely not any sort of, you know, tech guru by any manner of means. Energy healing is my forte, that's what I'm good at. But having worked with spiritual awakening signs for so long, I thought there would probably be something. I've dealt with a lot of these problems before. I thought there's probably something I can take a look at and we can sort it out. But something weird happened. So when I open my laptop and I start doing what I'm doing, I've been doing sessions all day, laptop's working fine, everything's flowing. And all of a sudden, my laptop starts lagging, then it starts freezing, then it starts jumping, then, you know, I can't access things aren't working properly, it was glitching all over the place, and I couldn't get access to what it was I needed to get access to fix the site. And I had this little moment where it was like, I know what this is. I see what's happening, something's not right. and I've got it. So here's how you know when it's a sort of light worker attack type of energy. When you try every different approach, when you try all different sorts of angles, when it makes no sense that it doesn't work, it's like, this doesn't make sense. I've done all the things I'm supposed to do. Maybe you get help from somewhere else. Maybe something else comes out completely out of the blue and it's like, no, this is like a joke. Like it's, it's some sort of sick joke. It doesn't make any sense. That's when you know when it's a light worker attack. And please tell me if you've been through these sorts of moments, because it's so common for light workers like us. When you're on that spiritual journey, there's so many times where you're in that positive trajectory, you are going, you are raising up your vibration and something negative comes up to stop it. So I knew that something was going on. I knew that nothing was working. And having been through quite a lot of light worker attacks in the past, if you actually look back at our very early YouTube videos, you'll see that they are full of stops and starts, things cutting out, voice being misaligned with the actual motions, things being out of time. We had vision disturbances, we've had sound disturbances. There's all sorts of weird stuff. If you have a look back, it's there because I was starting my purpose. And just like you guys, when you start on that real light worker alignment, you're putting a lot of good out there. Sometimes negativity comes up to kind of meet that. So I told my partner Jay about it, and he just kind of gave me a look. It was like, and we didn't feed it. We didn't talk at length about it. We didn't get frustrated or exasperated over it, because that's what it wants you to do. Once you get all worked up, it wants you to feed it with that negative energy. And we were like, no, we're not going to do that. But we both knew, because being twin flames, we'd come through so much of this negative energy before. And we know that to fight it when it just won't budge is really only going to feed it. It's going to give it more fuel. It's like, you've got to think of it like actually, I worked with a client last week who had an excellent analogy, and I was talking about entities and why you shouldn't give them any energy. And she said, oh yeah, it's like when you're dealing with a narcissist. In real life, you don't give them anything. I was like, that's it. So that's kind of where we were at. It was like, don't feed it. So it was like, big deep breath, trust in the universe that it's all going to be resolved, even though it looks completely hopeless at the moment. There's always a tiny part of you that's kind of worried. But it was like, let's just trust in the universe. So after about a week of trying to resolve this, our team were working on it. They were using all sorts of different workarounds and coming up with different ideas to try and fix it. They know by now that when you work with us, weird things happen, like your laptop stops working, or the site you're on shuts down, or, there's all these weird tech things, and they come back to us. And after a little while of working with us, they're like, oh, okay, it's the energy, I get it. So they knew. But we were completely dumbfounded over what to do or how to fix it, because nothing we were doing was working. But here's the thing, it wasn't a tech issue. Not really. It wasn't a tech issue. And I've learned it quite often. Just when you're about to take that next step in your higher vibrational life, you're just about to take the next step into something really positive that's going to be good for you, that's going to do good for everyone else, the energies around you, the universe, whatever it is. Quite often, negativity in the form of blocks rises up to kind of oppose it. And this used to really stress me out, but it wasn't just about stressing me out. If I'm honest, it used to really scare me. So if that's something that you're experiencing, please tell us. Let's disperse that energy. Let's get it out there, because it can be scary. There's nothing to worry about, and I'm going to explain that. But I used to get quite scared, and you can actually read. I'll be sure to link to. There's a blog post that I wrote years ago where there was a negative presence in our home, and I was waking up with physical injuries. I was waking up, there's pictures throughout the blog post, I was getting scratched. I woke up with a huge handprint on my shoulder. There was really weird stuff, and Jay, my partner, split his head open. Like it all happened all at one time, right in the middle of trying to do a high vibrational launch of one of our energy healing products that was going to be really positive for people. So you can read about it there. There's a bit more information if that interests you. But I've also done this for so long that instead of stressing and trying desperately to force something to fix, this is the thing, when you're working with this sort of energy, don't force it to fix, don't force it to change, because you could just add that fuel to the fire, okay? You need to pull it back a little bit. I can see Amanda's sharing some insights with us. I'll get back to you in just one moment. Thank you for sharing that. She says that she was she was feeling she was getting attacked in her dreams last night, which is really common for light workers. But we'll have a little talk at the end, so stick around with us and thank you for commenting. So I knew that in that moment I had to breathe, I had to centre myself and affirm that this was only a temporary issue, and just to trust, right? Even if I had to hold that trust for a really long time and I didn't know how long it was going to take, it was like, I'm going to hold that trust for as long as it takes for these blocks to clear. That's something I would really encourage you to find within yourself. And that can take some guts. It can be hard to do, especially if you're feeling unnerved, right? And guess what? The energy eventually did shift. So when the energy shifted, we found an expert who resolved the entire issue in less than 2 hours. And that's when I knew it shifted. It was like, he went in, it was like, oh yeah, got it done, it's fine. And I was like, it doesn't make any sense. He was like, yeah, it's fine. It's all done. Everything was back up and running. Everyone's back on the site. Everything's good. So call it what you want. Call it light worker attacks, call it energy blocks, call it bad vibes, entities. People call it all sorts of different things, but whatever you call it, I urge you, don't let it win. When this energy comes up, don't let it win. Don't ever let those negative energies deter you from your next higher vibrational step. Don't ever let them hold you back from your life purpose and what it is you came here to do as a light worker. You came here for a reason, and sometimes being a light worker means having to transmute a little bit of darkness. And that can be uncomfortable, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll get with it, the more you'll recognize your own power. And the more these things can just be like, okay, I see it's a bit of a nuisance coming up, but I'm not going to feed it. And it'll pass when it's ready. And I'm going to just let it happen. Just going to let it pass. So we are here to transmute the darkness. So it's natural that we're going to get things like this every now and again at least. But when you really embrace that truth, when you really embrace the truth within, that you start to realize that these energies that pretend to be really big and scary and dark, all these really frightening energies that can come up to really make you nervous, they actually get completely unmasked for what they actually are, which is ultimately just a temporary, powerless nuisance. Okay, it's just a temporary thing. They can't keep going forever. And a bit like what I was talking about with my client last week, where she had this wonderful kind of metaphor for the process. It's like dealing with a narcissist. It's like if you stop giving them something to feed on, they kind of get bored because you're no fun anymore and they'll move on. So don't ever think that you're trapped in this energy, because you absolutely aren't. And the truth is, they can't hold us back forever. They can't stop us from achieving our destiny. They can't stop us from our light worker path. They can't do it. That's what we're here to do. And that's what our soul is absolutely dead set on. We're going to go and do that because it's our destiny to shine our light. That's why we're here. That's why you're here right now. You're here to shine your light. And we have to keep putting that good out into the world, that higher vibrational energy, keep putting it out into the world, because we want to transmute the very energies, the very dark energies that try to hold us back, the dark energies that try to thwart us no matter what we do, the dark energies that are the negativity that is so prevalent in the world today. We're all feeling it. Light workers can literally feel it. Makes the hairs in the back of your neck stand up. You know it's there. But you're light and you're here to transmute that, and that's what you're here to do. So my advice, if you're going through anything like that, and Amanda, because you let us know you've been feeling this energy, and anyone else who's feeling this energy, what you want to do when these things happen is you want to put some good out into the world. Put some good energy out into the world. Go do something nice for someone else, okay? Take that negative energy and actively transmute it into light in any way you can think of. It could be something small. Take someone in a cup of coffee, say something nice to someone, hold a door, do something, no matter how small, to put that positive energy out in the world, because that's what's going to keep you aligned with you. That's what's going to keep you aligned with your higher purpose. And with that in mind, transmuting something into light, we want to do something big for you. We want to specifically put our good out into the world, because that's what it's all about, transmuting, giving something back. And we really believe in that. And we want to make you feel happy and light and joyful. And it's like, take that negative energy. We are not giving in. We're going to be bright and beautiful lights no matter what happens. So we believe that begins with gratitude. So we want to really thank you for sticking with us, because not only has this been a crazy energy ride recently, there's been a lot over the time that I've been doing this life purpose work. There's been a lot since I've started Spiritual Awakening Signs. There's been a lot of, let's say, interesting experiences where things have gone wrong. And I think you guys know when the energy's off or when something's trying to stop us from actually connecting and getting this energy out there. But to say thank you for any frustrated energy that you might have experienced, you've been trying to access things and couldn't get them. Well, we're doing 50% off. This is like a mini Black Friday that we're going to do for the next 3 days, because that's the good energy we want to put out there. And you can use it for anything, absolutely anything across our entire Spiritual Awakening Signs store. So like I said, we've got lots of energy healing meditations and courses that will specifically support you in your awakening journey. We've got things to reduce your awakening symptoms. We've got things to calm your emotions. We've got things to clear your energies. We've got all sorts of things to help you. So I want you to use code BRIGHTLIGHT, all one word, no spaces, BRIGHTLIGHT. I'll put it below to get 50% off anything. You can use it as many times as you want, across as many products as you want, as long as you use it within the next 3 days. And I hope that makes you smile. I hope that gives you a little smile within, because that's the positive energy we're wanting to put out there. So you can check out the link below to see any of our courses and different things. You can have a little look and you'll get the code there as well. And if there's anything you guys want to talk about, if there's anything I can help you with while I'm here on the call, let's go for it, because that's what I'm here for. And I know how frightening it can be when you're dealing with this energy, but honestly, the more you can lean into positive energy, even if you have to kind of fake it till you make it, which, let's be honest, that's what I was doing in the beginning, is having to be in that energy of like, I'm terrified, but I'm just going to keep putting the positivity out. Everything's going to be okay. That became a mantra. It's all going to be okay. It can be quite scary, but you can transmute it. And in regards to, if you're kind of resonating with what we've been talking about today, energy attacks in general, and you're feeling attacked in your own spiritual journey, the meditation I would start with would be the entity clearing. I would highly recommend that one, because it's going to clear away any sort of negative entities, waywards, bad vibes, any negative spirits and things that are in your space, and it's going to enforce a protective shield to actually protect you from that sort of energy. So clearing it out and then putting something in place so they can't get back in. That would be one I would definitely have a look at starting with. So I hope that you've enjoyed the video. I hope that if any of this has been affecting you, that you now have some sort of template you can use, a framework you can use to move forward, because you really can clear this stuff out. And if you've got anything to share, if you get any stories to share, if you get any questions, ask below, because I'm here and I'm more than happy to help you guys. I want to make sure that I'm here to support you, because I know how scary it can be, but I truly mean it when I say there's nothing to be afraid of. You're a powerful light worker, and I encourage you to step into that light right now. So have a check at our Spiritual Awakening Signs store and see what resonates, see what really pulls you. Look for the colours that stand out, look for the words, and then check out what the meditation's all about, because you'll be interested to see when you look and you're like, that's exactly what's wrong, or that's exactly the chakra block I've got. Hopefully it's really helpful. I can see Amanda says, yes, thank you so much for reminding us to transmute it with positivity. You're welcome. Absolutely welcome, Amanda. And that's definitely the way to go. Whether you're working with entities, bad vibes, waywards, it doesn't really matter what the label is that we give it, because it's something different for all of us. Keep it positive. And if you're finding, just as a note, if you're finding that some people like to do entity clearing a little bit differently, you might want to just clear it and get out of your space. Some people want to know what's going on, who is it, why are they hanging around, what's the purpose of them connecting to my energy. If you want to do something any more detailed than that, you can have a look at our site and work with me directly, but the entity clearing is definitely a great place to start. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go and see what resonates with you, and thank you so much for watching. Have a positive, light-filled day. Bye.